Hi, we're Nick and Tyler, and we live in a van.
Good morning from Alexandria. I believe we're still in Virginia. We are at the train right now, the light rail to head into DC.
We just parked the van,
Yeah.
so we don't have to navigate through the street.
We parked over there. It's the Amtrak station. They only have like 30 spots total, and we got the last one, and we're not even taking Amtrak, so don't tell anybody.
It's all the same.
Anyways, for the next like 5 days, we're gonna be near DC, and today's our first taste, and we're so excited. All right, after taking the train
And almost falling asleep.
about 45 minutes, also only cost us $2, so feeling like a dream. We made it to the National Mall. You can see the Capitol building behind me. We are walking towards the monument, and we're also going to see the White House and
Lincoln Memorial, and all the stuff around here. Probably gonna get food soon.
We're just trying to figure out what we want to do today, because basically what we wanted was today to be like, okay, we're getting the lay of the land, and then tomorrow we're gonna go all in, because like Monday I have work meetings and stuff, so trying to do as much as we can the next couple days, and then we'll be coming in like Monday through Thursday next week. We'll just have less time probably, so
We're so excited.
Tell
It's
them.
cool that because we're in such an iconic place. Personally, I feel like it's kind of how I felt in New York.
Yeah.
That it's like this iconic place and your jaw is like constantly on the floor because you've only seen it in movies and pictures and stuff.
it doesn't feel real.
But now when you're here, oh my gosh, babe, the Department of Agriculture. It's just so cool. Like all these different places that are just so iconic, and that you see all these spy movies, and you know that Jason Bourne could be anywhere and could kill you.
So walking around, we got a mango smoothie. It's pretty yummy. I think we got ripped off.
It's a little bit
It
expensive.
was $11. When we went to New York, if there was any like food trucks or anything, everything was so cheap. Like we went and got a smoothie one morning and it was like $5. Like it was so cheap, and so I was like, I want a smoothie. They're right there. Let's just get it. We ordered. He's like $10. I was like, and then I checked my card and it was 11. So
It's not ideal, but it's really yummy.
at least we get a smoothie. And here we are. This is a World War II memorial. There's also an amazing shot of the Washington Monument right there. And then the Lincoln Memorial is right over there. And we're gonna be walking to that next. Guys, we made it. We made it to Lincoln. This is so exciting.
This is crazy.
Wow. So under where Lincoln is, there's a whole like little exhibit area where it talks about all about Lincoln, talks about Martin Luther King Jr. Like there's some iconic photos, some iconic things that have happened here in front of the memorial. It talks about how it was built. So yeah, really interesting. I didn't even know that this was under here. I've never seen it. Made it to the man himself. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is my favorite part so far, is that we are basically away from everybody. We're on the back side of Lincoln Memorial. We're just overlooking the water. It's really nice and peaceful compared to the chaos of hundreds of people wandering everywhere.
It's kind of insane in there. So you kind of have to get in, get your pictures, read the stuff, and get out.
Yeah, so everybody like stops like right when you walk in. And so once I pushed past everybody and like really got in there was so much space, and I was like, why is everybody stopping? What are your thoughts, Nick? How have you felt about everything?
I have really enjoyed it here so far. Where's the, okay. I think it's been really cool. I also didn't realize how long the walk was for the reflecting pool. So when we were walking to Lincoln, I was like, oh my gosh.
We're so close. He's like right there.
But he's so far away.
And then it was like, oh, we're still walking.
So yeah, it was a little ways. Some people, bro. Anyways, it's been really fun. We've really liked it here. It's like a perfect day because it's a little bit chilly, but it's not like
Too
hot,
cold.
and the sun is kind of like hidden behind the clouds, so we're not too toasty, but not too cold.
Yeah, so it's supposed to warm up progressively as we're here. So we're trying to enjoy the like coolness and walk around as much as we can, and then trying to decide like what tours we'll do on the warmer days.
Stay tuned.
Oh, that was incredible. This is the Korean War Memorial. This is really cool. And then they have this slab that just kind of reflects everything that you can see. We made it to Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, and we get this breathtaking view. There's people paddling like little paddle boats, and I kind of want to do that with Nick so that he can paddle and I can just enjoy the view. This is all of this, so typically it should be filled with cherry blossoms, and it has been for the last like week or so, but it dropped way down and it's cold right now. So now they're all gone. And I was so excited because it was supposed to look so epic and so pretty, but it's okay because we're here.
Yeah.
And Nick's gonna make me drop my phone.
I'm just trying to hold you.
So that's a cherry blossom tree. A lot of these are cherry blossom trees, and if we would have been here like a few days earlier, we would have seen the whole walk that we just did lined with
All of those trees over there would have
blossomed cherry blossoms. So like all of these ones that are like now like they've all shed, mostly probably because it's cold. Now we are in the Jefferson Memorial. So there's this, it's a dome. Nick loves it. All right, so we found some cherry blossoms, and as you can see, so has everybody else.
so many people.
We're heading to get food right now.
It's funny because the cherry blossoms are arguably more busy than some of the memorials here.
yeah,
It's kind of nuts.
yeah, the Jefferson like had some people, not anything crazy, but the cherry
Look how many
blossoms.
people there are. It's insane. So we got the nachos.
We came to this Mexican restaurant, a little bit more expensive than we were anticipating. So we got some nachos, and we're getting some
It's like a French toast thing.
That looks
I'm so
yummy.
excited for it. Okay, this is our
Oh my
French
gosh,
toast
I'm
thing.
gonna break into it so you can see what it looks like. I know.
It's like half a loaf. It looks so good. Okay, we just ate at this really cute Mexican restaurant.
It was so yummy. So the nachos were like, to me, 8 out of 10. It was pretty dang good. The freaking pan francis that we got though,
Yeah, it was like probably an inch and a half like
it was so thick.
of bread.
It was so
Plantains
good.
on top, candied pecans, the
Oh.
whole 9 yards. It was like one of the best desserts that we've ever
Ever got.
eaten. And it wasn't even supposed to be a dessert.
Yeah, that was like from their brunch menu. They're like, yeah, you can get this as like a brunch thing. And we saw it go by because we were just gonna get like a quesadilla or something. And we saw it go by and we're like, we're getting that. We're getting nachos and that. And
Best
we
decision
got
we've
it.
made all day.
It was so yummy.
Tyler felt
I-
warm inside.
Yeah, literally as I was eating it, I like took a bite and Nick's like, how is it? And I was like, I just feel so warm.
She was tearing up a little bit over the food. I was a little bit jealous for a second.
It was so good. But you also loved it, right?
It was amazing, yeah. It was, I can't even describe it because it was just like, everything melted. Just how it's supposed to in your mouth.
Yeah,
Just
so the bread is like
so
super
good.
thick, but it's so light, it's so fluffy, so like you literally start to eat it and it feels like everything is melting.
So good.
10 out of 10. I would come back to DC and to that restaurant just for that again.
So good. Now that we've ranted for almost 2 minutes about this one thing that we had, join us on our next adventure.
All right, probably one of our last stops for the day because it's like 3 o'clock. We still have to take the train back and drive to our Harvest House for the night, so we don't want to be in the city for too long.
We're also a little bit tired.
We're also tired, but we're at the Holocaust Museum, and so hopefully we can get in. We didn't book any tickets in advance, but it's free, so we're excited to go in. This is probably gonna be the last thing for the day, but we're here for the next like 3 or 4 days anyways,
So I realized as I was editing the video for day 1 of DC, we didn't do a review or talk about our time in the Holocaust Museum. So I wanted to just go over really quick the things that we experienced. The Holocaust Museum was really cool, but you can do it one of 2 ways. Way number 1, which is the way that we did it, is you can go and just like reserve a timed entry, which is fine, but you don't get access to what they call the permanent exhibits. So the second way you can do it is you can pay for a ticket and then you get access to the permanent exhibits that they have there, which are just a little bit different than some of the free exhibits they have. So ultimately it was really cool. It was a really cool experience to be able to see and really learn about what happened. And it was just really eye-opening. So I really enjoyed it. It was one of the things that I really wanted to go and see while we were in DC. So it was a really good wrap up to our first day.
Good morning, everybody. Day 2 in DC. We stayed outside someone's house last night, thanks to Boondockers. Welcome. We'll be staying there for the next like 3 nights or so. One of the reasons we specifically chose this place is that it's in Waldorf, Michigan. Not Michigan. Maryland. I don't know why I said Michigan. Anyways. And a bunch of the reviews, so you can like leave reviews for people, and a bunch of the reviews were saying that it's really close to public transit, and we were like, that's amazing. And they were like, yeah, really close to public transit. We were able to take it like right into DC. It was super great. And so we were like, awesome, that's exactly what we want. We want to be able to like leave our van somewhere and not have to stress about it. Well, today is Sunday, and it turns out buses don't run in Maryland on Sunday, and they don't run to DC at all. So the only way to get into the city is via the subway, the metro, which is not a big deal. It's just we had to drive like 20 minutes to a metro station that had parking so that we can park here for the day and then take the bus in, or the metro in.
But it's kind of nice because the parking lot is huge, and because it's Sunday, there's like nobody else here.
And so we don't have to pay for parking because it's Sunday.
So
it's worked out. It's just funny that we like specifically chose that spot and then like couldn't even use it today. So I think our plan for today is that we're going to go to a bunch of museums. So we're gonna go see, like, the Smithsonian has like 16 museums and they're all free. So that's kind of our plan today. We might try and explore some other things as well. To be determined. We're just kind of going to fly by the seat of our pants, part 2. Which will be really fun. We made guac for dinner last night. It was a lot of guac, and we ate
really yummy.
We ate most of it last night, but there's a little bit left over, so that's what Nick is eating. He ate cinnamon rolls from Virginia that we bought right before we went into DC yesterday. There's very few left, and he's eating guac, and so we're thriving. Stoked to explore DC today, and yeah. All right, so first place that we visited was the National Archives. So cool. It's actually, we didn't even really plan on going in there. We just, like, our subway stop was right outside, and so we're like, let's check it out. And it was awesome. It was so fun that we got to see, like, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, like the originals, like right in front of us. That was crazy. And yeah, I just feel like it was done really well. There was so much information in there. You could probably last all day. Nick and I are not like the most museum people, which is funny that all we're gonna be doing today is going to museums.
We are like window shoppers when
Yeah.
it comes to museums. Sometimes like, oh, we're like, oh, cool, this is kind of interesting, and then we just move on.
Yep.
I think the other hard part about like being in there was that there was just a lot of people like at the actual documents, which makes sense, and so we kind of like browsed, checked them out for a second, and then we took off. But it's pretty cool that like those are the oldest documents in American history.
And they're just like there right in front of you.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, highly recommend National Archives. It's free, and if you get there the earlier, the less people there are, and you don't have to wait to go through security.
True.
Natural History Museum. We just saw the Hope Diamond. This is a really cool museum. Perks that it's free,
It's huge.
and there's so much to see. There's also 1 million people here because it's Sunday,
And it's free.
and it's free. Yeah, we're loving it. There's a giant elephant in the middle. What are you most excited to see here?
They have a butterfly place on the second floor.
I have butterflies.
I can't remember the other thing I was excited for, but there was one other thing. I'll probably think of it later.
Hashtag stoked. That's the little butterfly spot. You can kind of see them flying around, which is pretty cool. They're closed today,
They're
so we
closed.
can't go in. Nick's devastated, but it's okay because there's an insect zoo.
There's so many things here to explore. It's kind of overwhelming.
Second mummy. This was actually what Nick was most excited to see for the day. We walked in and he goes, "There are mummies here?" Yes, there are, and they're kind of disgusting. After seeing so many crocodiles and such in Florida, it's so fun to see crocodilians and their bones.
Boom. Crazy.
Guys, look, it's a manatee and all this other stuff that we're gonna walk down into in a minute. But it's a dolphin and a manatee.
Manatee.
Okay, so now we're in the collections area, and so they have like this super cool stuff. They have some stuff that was like given as gifts. They have some things over here that are like confiscated, and they have like donations. So this is like a person.
This is the guy's walking. Like, the guy was a huge. It says right here. Donated his remains because of his strong ties to the Smithsonian and his dedication to science and research. So his family later donated his body because they love the Smithsonian so much.
So, yeah, this area is really interesting. We also just were in like the stars and like night sky area. I loved that, but it was really dark, so I couldn't really film anything. But this one's really interesting because this is just all sorts of like different collections, different things that the Smithsonian
Random artifact.
has. And so there's tons of different artifacts. So there's like seashells. And then this giant bowl thing.
The devil was talking about.
There's this giant bird.
It sounds like a machine gun. And they're like,
Yeah, Devin, one of Nick's best friends, was just showing us a video about this. That's so
they're
funny.
fucking scary.
And we also have like this stuff. So it literally has everything you could think of. 10 out of 10 museums so far. One of the craziest things that we've seen here is that this little tiny mosquito, I don't know if you can really see it, right in there, that mosquito, since it was fossilized, they could analyze its stomach contents, which means that they have direct evidence that mosquitoes were sucking blood 46 million years ago. They've been sucking blood for so long.
Did you read that they're all female?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah. All mosquitoes that suck blood are female. Males don't suck blood.
Guys, look at this giant whale. It's so weird. There's so much stuff. What's been your favorite thing that we've seen so far, Nick?
We're getting kind of tired because there's so much stuff. Check out that jellyfish.
Look, there's a giant jellyfish, everybody. What's been your favorite part?
Favorite part? I think the artifacts room was pretty cool. I did really like the mummies. I've never really seen a real life mummy, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's it. What was your favorite part, babe?
The collections room was really nice because there was way less people. and I just thought the stuff was really cool. Other than that, I really liked the Starry Sky room, where it like talked all about stars and light and all that stuff.
You just liked it because there was a picture of Zion.
There was a picture of Zion, and we all know I love Zion National Park. Giant whale. Guys, we found the hippo. Do we look like him? Guys, we have been eating this burger and we're sharing it, and we definitely ate this a little too fast and I forgot to take a video. But we got some Parmesan
Truffle
fries, which are phenomenal.
Incredible.
And this is one of the best burgers I've ever consumed in my entire life. We're at the Capital Burger in downtown DC.
Caramelized onion, some mozzarella cheese.
Some really
I don't
bougie
remember.
cheese.
Caramelized onion, some really awesome cheese, cooked medium. I don't know how they did it, but it's better than what I'm describing. It's incredible.
So good. All right, and our cute little dessert, it's a mason jar cake.
Coconut cream pie.
All right, Nick's gonna take a bite and tell me how it is. That's just the whipped cream, so.
Don't judge me. That's yummy.
Okay, so we ate at the Capital Burger, and we're now heading to the National Portrait Museum. Our waitress moved here in August and suggested that. She said that she just went there. Honestly, meal, 10 out of 10.
Capital Burger, one of the greatest places.
Phenomenal. We got the clam chowder, we shared a burger, and we got this like mason jar thing.
It was so good.
Speechless.
So
it
good.
was so good. I love it when we get to eat at really nice places.
And it wasn't even that expensive either.
Yeah, it was 45? 47? 45 bucks. So worth it. 10 out of 10. If you're ever in DC, the Capital Burger. So we're going around and seeing all these like random cool portraits. There was some photography that I loved. That's probably my favorite part so far. But behind me, this is Francis Scott Key, and he's the one that wrote the Star Spangled Banner. So that's kind of fun. And so as we're walking around, they have like little snippets of all of these different people. They also have some like random busts and statues and stuff, but yeah, pretty interesting. Nick found Alexander Hamilton, and if you don't know about him, go watch or listen to the play Hamilton. Guys, this is Ghirardelli. We went to Ghirardelli Square in San Francisco, and we like their chocolate, and it's all because of this nice little man, Domingo Ghirardelli.
By 1885, he was importing more than 450,000 pounds of cocoa beans per year. Thank you, Mr. Ghirardelli.
Thank you, Mr. Ghirardelli. This is a portrait of Ulysses S. Grant. It's been interesting because we've been learning so much about the Civil War as we've been going through like South Carolina and Virginia and everything like that. So it's been really interesting because we've heard a lot about Grant. So here we are, and here's a picture of him. It's crazy that he was so pivotal and was like the greatest general for the Union. We're now in the area where all the presidents like portraits are. So like right behind me is like James Madison. Over here is George Washington. So it's kind of fun because they have some that are a little bit more contemporary, and it's like, oh, here's like a portrait of them that was done, and it's like a little bit obscure, but then it also has like these main really cool ones. So this is John Quincy Adams. So it's just kind of fun to go through and see. Definitely am bad at remembering all of the presidents, so this is cool to try and go around and remember them all.
So we're here in the Museum of Portraits, and we're in the Portraits of the Presidents little section. So we're going through and reading all the things about the presidents, looking at all the cool little things. They have these numbers next to them so you can see what number of president of the United States they are, which is pretty cool.
This is a really cool portrait because it's actually a life-size portrait of Abe Lincoln. So I'll have Nick stand next to it so we can see size comparisons. So this is a little cheesecake. That's where it is, a national treasure.